Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tembisa. Thank you for being here again. We are continuing the session of yesterday. We had load shedding, so I could not demonstrate to the fullest of what I wanted to demonstrate to you. So my helpers are not here today, but I am doing the video anyhow, so it might not be I can see myself, so you should well be seeing me, so that's great. So yesterday, if you remember, I demonstrated granola bars. I was making granola bars, and I showed you how I also make my poached guavas in red wine, but you did not get to see the finished product. So if you remember as well, I kind of mentioned, that, some of the things, all these, what I'm doing is not something that is highly planned and rehearsed and all of that. I just like, feel like I'm doing something. Oh, let me just show it. So that's what I'm doing. So, and I'm not intending to do editing to make it perfect and all of that. I hope this light is not coming too strong because this is my kitchen light and it's contrasting, but hopefully you can see me. So it's real time, it's real time stuff, so I'm not going to make it look anyhow, and but of course, for respect, I try my best to portray myself. And but basically what is important, like I said, we are going to have flops in this kitchen, and that is the beauty. And I want people to see when there are flops, because not everything that gets made on YouTube, turns out to be so perfect, but it is portrayed that way. And so I want you to feel confident and comfortable that it's fine. It's not targeting you if you don't get it right. We also don't get it right, so it's all good. It's trial and error. So you will remember the granola bar. So I said to my daughter, okay, put it in the fridge. Actually, in the background, she was telling me, Mom, aren't you going to put it in the oven? So I said, no, I'm not going to put it in the oven. So I'm just going to, eat it raw, because it's rolled oats. I mean, you can literally eat rolled oats like that, and nuts and all the things that were there, peanut butter, honey, coconut oil. What else do I remember? I did blueberries as well, blueberry compote, which I added there. So then this morning, I was now going to cut my granola bar, and then when I looked at it, I was like, nah, this is not looking like how I want it to look. Because if you're gonna eat something, it must look the part. I mean, I know the taste and what went in it tastes good, but it's nothing for something to taste good. It must look the part, because generally that is how we eat. We first eat with its visual. Okay, so it didn't look right, and of course then I decided, okay, let me revert back to granola, not granola bars, which means I'm gonna have to pop it in the oven, bake it at 140 degrees. You just literally toast it, look, check it every like 5 minutes. Don't let it burn. Turn it with a egg lifter and toss it and put it back in until you can see it's nicely toasted. So that's what I did. And of course, I should listen to my youngest daughter, because in actual fact, she is the professional chef. She likes to hear that. She laughs when I say that. She smiles when I say that. But it's true though. She entered MasterChef when she was 11. It was sponsored by Spa, and so she knows her way around the kitchen, so it's nice to work with her. and I will tell her. I mean, she'll be like, yeah, mom, I told you. When I tell her when she comes back that I eventually had to toast it as she had advised, and I refused initially. So here we are. So this is the beauty about cooking and making stuff and trying stuff and not being afraid, when things go wrong. It's all good. And, you're never going to throw anything away. You just kind of improvise and, make something else. So this is how the granola looks like in the end. So I've now packed it in dishes because this is where I keep it ready for breakfast, for someone to dish breakfast. So here's how it looks. It's yummy, yummy goodness, all the nuts. You can literally have it on the go. I mean, you can put it in a bowl while you drive if you don't have time when you're going to work, or make it like a cereal basically at home. Now, I'm not a big cereal person, but I have to eat it sometime, especially for the roughage, okay, because I have like gut problems. So it's important for me to take as much roughage as possible. So I do from time to time, but my go-to breakfast would be a fruit bowl, and that is what I eat most of the time. So yeah, see how much granola I got out of it. So I just keep these in my pantry, and whoever wants to eat it, they can have it. But I thought, let me just dress it up and show you how beautiful it can actually look. Look, it looks like a yummy yum dessert. And this is breakfast. So I've literally layered the granola with double cream plain yogurt, and I've layered it with a strawberry compote that I had in the fridge because, as I said, whenever there's specials at Food Lovers, I will buy the fruit. You know how strawberries and these berries can be so expensive, but I never buy them at that price. I always wait for when I see the special, then I buy a whole lot of them, and then I make compotes and jar them, and they always readily available. So look at this, how yummy this is. I mean, what child of yours wouldn't want to have cereal if it looked like this every morning? They'll be happy to go to school. Your husband will be happy at work, and you'll be happy. Everyone's happy. Try it out. This is looking yummy. And then the guavas. Remember the guavas in red wine? Because these were small guavas and they were ripened. So basically, about 15 minutes was more than sufficient on a high stove speed. And so this is how they look. As you can see, I like to dress them up nicely, for them to look nice on the shelves in the pantry. That's how they look. And how nice it is to gift someone, if I have guests, or I'm going to someone's house. It's nice to I never run out of something to gift, because I always have this either compote or granola, anything that I can give someone or offer. Well, for me anyway, instead of you know going to buy something from the shop. Obviously, I don't expect you to do it. I do it because I've got the time to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm so I like to, and anyway, I like to do that. So it's my thing, it's my creative space. I just love to try out things. And so here we go, guys. So this is the end result of what we did yesterday. Please comment down below. Tell me what you think of my creations. These are so easy. Literally, you don't need any skill. Okay, I do know that I don't necessarily, when somebody is not really competent in the kitchen. I understand that. So, you know, they always maybe want to know, because, you know, sometimes I post on my status and my friends will be like, oh, you know, how did you make this? And I'm always going to freely give you my recipe. You know, this is not for me something I keep a secret, you know, because I always believe that, you know, you will have your own twist, you'll make it different and all of that. So I'm not that kind of a person who's going to be like, oh no, or give you the wrong recipe or whatever. But the truth is, I can never really tell you the quantities of how, you know, how much I use, just because I just don't do that. As you saw, I just throw in, so, oh, yeah, is this wine going to be enough? Oh, let me put more, or whatever. You know, I taste, I smell, I see, and that's how it goes for me. So guys, thank you very much for joining me, and we are going to make some other interesting stuff and some real cooking. This is just, you know, child's play for the moment. It's not real cooking. I'm just getting in the thick of things for me to get used to, you know, shooting, and, you know, just get to, you know, see what it takes to organize and all of that. So yeah, and my daughter said yesterday, Mom, no, you can't do two things. You must do one and do another one. I said, no, don't worry, I do it my way. She says, Mom, you know, other people don't do it. I said, you know me, I don't care who does what, how. I'm doing it the way I want to do it. If, you know, the people are not used to this, you know, and I also know that, you know, some of the things I do are not your taste, but that's not the point. The point is I'm sharing the things that I love, and hopefully, you know, you try it and you actually surprise yourself, because mostly, you know, people would be like, oh no, I don't drink wine. It doesn't mean you can't eat something that is cooked with wine. I mean, I don't drink, but I cook a lot with sherry, with brandy, with wine, with beer. I cook a lot with alcohol, and yet I don't drink alcohol. I don't want to say really, I honestly, I don't drink alcohol. So, um, so try it out. You know, it just gives it, you know, elevates the taste, and you'll be surprised that you like it. And the alcohol evaporates anyway, so you literally are not going to be drunk. I mean, I've done things like a trifle, for an example. Obviously, you put raw sherry or brandy or whatever, and, you know, you can, you know, taste and the heat of the alcohol, and sometimes people do get drunk, you know, in sherry or brandy in the trifle. But yeah, guys, speaking about trifle, these guavas are going to actually be perfect. See, they dressed for Christmas, with the Christmas ribbon and all of that, and this Christmas serviettes that I covered it. So I will use them as well when I make my trifle, because what I did last Christmas was, but it was store-bought guavas that I used, and I blitzed them in idle milk, and in what I do, I put them in jelly, and put them in the fridge. Oh, they just give you this beautiful thing that you can layer your trifle. If I find a picture, I'm sure I kept the picture of the trifle that I made. I will post it, and hopefully, if I do make the trifle this year, I will take you through the process of making the trifle. You know, I'm trying to kind of, you know, do it a little bit different, modern, you know, to what we were exposed, you know, the custard thing and the jelly, you know, just do something a little bit different. So yeah, guys, hopefully we're going to learn a lot together, and also please share your tricks in the kitchen. I'm always up to learn new things, new tricks. And so please share. Let's share in this community, all of us. No one is better than the other or more of an expert. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and please subscribe. Please like the video. Please share, and please hit the notification bell so that you do not miss anything. Thank you. Have a lovely day.